Hello everybody, welcome to another Trusteft Retro Weekend video. Today or tonight we're gonna have a look at this game, Supremacy, also called I think Overlord or something like that in some territories. Your Will Be Done is the subtitle of the game. This release is for the Atari ST, although it was also released for the PC, as in DOS, which I do have a copy of, sealed, Amiga, Commodore 64, NES, and perhaps, I'm not certain, perhaps for the Spectrum, which is quite amazing. It is a strategy game, a 4X strategy game, where you are fighting for the control of a solar system, number of planets. The back side of the box, you can see basically yourself looking around and having a nice window outside the very terrifying looking surface, and we have some screenshots from the game for the Amiga, the PC and the Atari ST. I got this game originally, this is not my original copy. I got this game originally back in, around when it was released, and I have to say it was quite a good experience. It's a good game, it's a very good strategy game, although quite hard at first, especially if you don't have the manual. Anyway, we have a small leaflet here, instructions, basic instructions in a couple of languages other than English. Then you have the control system, which shows some of the icons in the game on this very nice, thick, almost plastic-like piece of paper, color and fantastic quality. And also loading instructions for the ST, PC and Amiga. Yeah. Then we have I assume it is the original receipt of the game. Whoever bought this from W.H. Smith back in 92, the 14th of August 1992, for £19.99. He paid, or she paid, £20 and got one penny back. Let's leave this here. We have 3 discs, 1, 2, 3. And the manual, the last part. Now, I've heard that the ST version also came with a poster. I don't know if it is true or not. I do have the DOS version, which I could open it, but I don't want to break the seal just yet. Alright, let's have a look at the manual. Quite a large manual at 97, I believe, pages in total, not including the outer covers, and very well written manual. It includes everything you need to play the game. It's one of the best manuals I have ever read, and I have read many. And yeah, you get some information about the enemy races, and you get every information you need to play the game. Speaking of which, I'm gonna give you a small background story of the story of the game while I'm flipping through the pages for you to have a look at. What happens is that your race, which lives on the system of Epsilon, found a wormhole or some other way to go through parallel dimensions. Your family, which is the dictatorship of this system of Epsilon, decides to have further look at those parallel universes, and in particular the 4 systems that are parallel to yours. And you create, unwillingly perhaps, a stable wormhole of sorts, and you decide to further explore the systems. At the same time, alien races arrive and decide to do the same. So you have 4 different systems you can play on, and they are semi-randomized, so you don't have exactly the same game on each system, and each of them has a different number of planets you can colonize and conquer, starting from 6, which is actually 8 because it is one system is your home system and your star base, and one more system is the enemy star base, the enemy home planet, plus 6 planets in between, and that's the easiest level too. Up to 32 for the 3rd, and 32 again for the 4th system. And yeah, and you initiate contact with these alien races, and you start, well, they're not really willing to talk to you much, but you do make an agreement that you, as in the people of the Epsilon system, will not expand. The problem is that they decide to expand and at the same time want you to keep your word. The second problem is that if they manage either on any of the 4 systems, if they decide to colonize everything, including your star base, then they have an access to your real home planet in the Epsilon system. So you don't want to lose on any system. It doesn't have a campaign per se. It's not like you have to play on all of them. This is more like a background story for you to rely on if you want something like this. I think I mentioned before, but each system works also as a difficulty setting. So the first one with a smaller number of planets is the easiest one, and so on. Also, each system has a different enemy race to fight. The first one is an ape-like race, who are not very clever, but they are very strong. The second race has telepathic abilities, although they are not very strong. The third one is both strong and clever, and the fourth one, at least their leader, is a godlike creature, or more like devil-like creature. In this game you get to expand, and you get to colonize, and you get to fight enemy troops. One thing that doesn't have, and it's quite surprising I say, it doesn't have spaceship to spaceship battles. There are no space battles in this game. All battles take place on the surface of planets. So your warship works more like a transport ship than anything else. So if you definitely want spaceship battles, you're not going to get them here. Alright, that was the manual. Well, quick look at it. Let's go back to the game. Yeah. Okay. This is the second part of the intro. quite impressive. I'm gonna have to skip this. Alright, here you can, this is the start of the game, you get to pick your opponent by clicking on view opponent, which switches, and each of them gets harder and harder with more planets. So this starting one has an 8-planet system, and it is not very clever, and among other things. 16, 32 planets, this is the hardest one. Alright, let's start. Alright, harder protection, although I'm pretty sure it is cracked. Alright, 58, third paragraph, 1, 2, 3, second word. Okay, it is cracked. Alright, logging on. Here's the message area of the main menu. This is how the game communicates with you, informing you of news and all that. Alright, and start. Before I continue, you can mute the game from here, and you can pause the game in a very sexy way. However, you cannot really do anything if the game is paused. You cannot set orders or anything. And as soon as you click the mouse anywhere, it unpauses. Alright, quick look around. Here's the star map. In this case, you have 8 planets. The green on the bottom is your own, the red at the top is the enemy home base, and everything in between is neutral at first. Then they change color depending on how you or the enemy is expanding. You can see here the details of your planet. Your home planet is called the star base for some reason. Well, I kind of explained the reason, but yeah, the manual goes into more detail and better detail. You can see all the stats you need, population growth, morale, tax rate. Tax rate affects morale, income, and population growth. So the more you increase it, the more you'll see morale drop and population growth drop. This can be used to your advantage by setting it to 40%, and population growth will go to 0. That's one way of dealing with overpopulation. Population of which you can see here at 2027, and you can only reach, according to the manual, from what I understand, up to 30,000. I don't remember back in the day what I did, how much I raised it and all that. Anyway, let's decrease it for now because we need population. Alright, yeah, you can see, here you have a list basically of all your colonies and the enemy colonies. You get more information. Also, when you do get a colony, another planet basically, you need to, if you want to do well, to ship minerals, food, fuel, energy to your star base, to your home planet. To do that, because only your star base, your home planet, can purchase stuff, and it needs the items you require. Yeah. And for that, you need to send a ship which can carry cargo. This is either the battlecruiser, which is your only warship, or the cargo ship, which is a much better solution. However, if you want to transfer only money from one of your planets to your starbase, you just pick the colonies you want to transfer money from, and then click on this icon, and it will automatically transfer every money that colony has to your starbase. And since I don't want to keep saying this again and again, starbase the game calls your starting planet. Alright, that's about it from this screen, for now at least. And yes, you can rename. Alright, you're gonna need some food production, so you're gonna look at the purchase screen and get the craft which produces food. Buy. You can rename it if you desire. I'm gonna buy 2 of them. Good. And I'm also gonna buy this one, which is a mining ship. quite expensive too. And I'm gonna get this one, 2 of them. Oh, there's no room. Yeah, I forgot about this. There is a graphical glitch you can see. That was also part in the original game I had back then. Well, not original game. It wasn't original at the time. Anyway, so there is a limit in how many ships you have in a bay on this game, on each planet. And you can only have 3. You can have more ships in general, but they cannot be in the docking bay at the same time. So let's pick farming 1. You can see details. Seats, what it says here is how many people you can transfer with, like cargo, I guess. Alright, let's put crew on it. Good. You don't need fuel for this because we're not going to ship it to another planet. Let's do the same with the other 2. Crew. Good. And no fuel. And mining. Good. If you desire to transfer minerals, fuels, energy, or food, we can do in this screen too. Alright, now that we have our ships, well, they are kind of ships, ready, let's place them all on the surface of the planet and switch them on. They are running. Good. And now food is... yeah, it's better. Good. So we are waiting now for news that we can use the atmospheric machinery to terraform other planets. When we get the news, then we'll be able to purchase it and send it to the other planets to terraform them, and then we can colonize them. And we just got the message. The atmosphere processor is now finished and available. Hey, spelling mistake. Oh yeah, we're gonna need 2 or 3 of them. Let's get 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Now you're gonna need, as I said earlier, the atmospheric thingy. This is it. Oh, it's very expensive. We don't have the money for it yet. Alright. Let's use the... let's launch the solar producing crafts. Not the solar energy producing. It doesn't produce solar energy. It acquires solar. The energy producing crafts. Yeah, I keep looking there, sorry. So let's launch 1, yes. Launch 2. Launch 3. What they do is they produce energy and they transfer the energy to the planet below them. They are orbiting. And these crafts, the solar crafts, and the atmospheric conversion craft doesn't require fuel or crew, so you don't really need to do anything about that. They're all 3 producing enough energy. You don't need many of them. I just build 2 of them for this system, for this planet, and 1 I'm going to send to the next colony when I can afford to. Speaking of afford to, 20,000. Wait, how much do you need? 26,000. Okay. Morale it's not very good, is it? Alright, tell you what, since we are waiting, let's go ahead and train troops, or show you how to train troops. You can have up to 24 platoons. Each platoon can have up to 200 troops. You can pick armor. You have the basic type, better, best, and weapons. The basic one, the better one, and the best. And each of them, of course, costs different amount of money. You can train troops when you train troops, doesn't really matter what you pick here. However, when you finish training and you click on this button to basically transfer them from training to full platoons, then whatever you have chosen here matters, and it's gonna cost you lots of money. Let's start training some troops, although the enemy will not like it. Let's go with, I don't know, this one. Let's see, 200 troops. Again, the amount of money it says now on the right side, 44,000, doesn't really matter, because that only matters after you click on this button. So you can train troops with that then doesn't cost you anything. However, when you want to actually make them platoons and troops you can transfer, then it's gonna cost you a lot of money. Well, depends. But I'm gonna do this now anyway, so that I don't forget. And one more. I'm not going for the top equipment, because I know I'm not going to have the money for it, most likely. Alright, here you can see how much percentage the training is complete or not. I like the little animation here, plus the light here that flashes as you are training. It's a good touch. And you have an incoming message. Carbon unit. If you continue to train troops, you shall break the Sub-Alliance Treaty. Red phase 3 activated. Yeah, the enemy does not like it. Which is not surprising, really. And we can buy this now. Good. Let's pick the next planet and send the terraformer there. It's gonna take 41 days to terraform it and 1 day to actually reach the planet. We can rename it, and we're gonna do this. Let's call it Atari ST. Alright. I like the little animations here for each planet. Beautiful. Alright, we have an incoming translated message. These stars are mine, Earthling. Deactivate your terraformator immediately. No. How am I doing? Okay, still have plus food. I have some money, good. Let's check training. 51%, okay. And you're gonna have to wait, well, because I want to show you this to finish. What else can I show you now? Oh yeah, we can check in planet. What happened? Huge electromagnetic storm has swept across the galaxy, affecting equipment. What this means is that you have to go to the surface of each of your planets and make sure your equipment is running. They are not running anymore. You have to turn them on again. This doesn't happen often, but it's good to notice when it happens so that you can turn them on again. What else? Oh yeah, what I was gonna say is that you can spy on the enemy planets by clicking on this icon. But of course you're gonna have to pay for it. Let's go for everything. Food 11,000, minerals, fuels, energy, enemy strength, quite powerful. And civilians, okay. It doesn't matter right now, we're not going to attack it now, for obvious reasons. How is training going? 90%, 93, alright, give it a few more seconds. Let's go and purchase our battle cruiser. You need, oops, wrong icon. You need a battle cruiser to transfer troops to attack enemy planets, or to transfer units, military units between your planets. What you might, I don't remember if I said it earlier, unfortunately the game doesn't have ship-to-ship combat, so you are gonna need them only to transfer troops. Purchase. Alright. Good. Now, as soon as the terraforming is ready, it won't take long. I'm gonna move troops there. No, I'm not going to move troops there. I'm gonna show you the planet, I mean. Now, for every ship you want to transfer to launch it and send it somewhere, you're gonna need fuel, apart from the solar and the atmosphere crafts. You have to remember though one problem with the game. This is the only major problem in the game, for me at least. If you send 3 battle cruisers to an enemy planet to attack it, and you fail to win, and the ships do not have enough fuel to launch, then those ships will stay in the docking base, which means you'll not be able to launch them, so you'll not be able to make room on those planets to send reinforcements or to try to attack again. So there is a possibility you'll find yourself not being able to attack a planet again. So you have to be very careful you have enough fuel on your ships. And if of course this happens on the enemy homeworld, then you're screwed because you cannot win the game. Alright, the Atari ST has been formatted, and you can see here it's a volcanic world. You can have volcanic, desert, jungle, and metropolis type of world. It is random from what I remember. Alright, let's start terraforming this one too. Alright, now when you terraform a planet, okay, let's call it Amiga. Alright, when you finish terraforming a planet, it is automatically turning into not just terraform planet, but also a colonized planet of yours. So if we go here, you can see we have Atari ST. And we're gonna need several stuff here if you're gonna have it surviving, but we're not going to do it. However, what I'm gonna show you now is if I click on this icon, all the credits from this planet will go to the starbase. So you have to remember that you can send the money that way, which is very nice. However, if you want to transfer minerals, fuel, energy, and minerals, and people, you need to use a spaceship. Which is more important actually later in the other difficulty levels, because in this difficulty level, the easiest one, you only need credits to purchase a spaceship. In the harder difficulty levels, you also need energy or minerals or both. And do we have did I buy a battleship? I forgot. Yes, we do. Okay, we have a battleship. It doesn't have fuel. What? Alright, crew it. Good. And let's place maximum fuel. Good. Alright, let's have enough money. 44,000. Okay, what message is it? Okay, let's check Amiga. It is a desert planet. Now, depending on the planet type, you get a different type of bonus to production. So desert planet gives you more energy, and jungle planets gives you more food. Volcanic planets gives you more minerals, fuel, and so on. And quite a big bonus too. For example, the volcanic planets give you 5 times more minerals than a normal planet. By normal, I mean a metropolis planet, like your starbase. Have that. We need money, yeah. Alright. Let's increase tax rate. Let's leave that there. Okay. We're going to need money to train troops. On the other hand, doesn't really matter right now. I'm not going to win. I'm just going to show you how the battle goes. So let's just go with normal weaponry. Which you can actually afford. Alright, almost. Alright, I'm not going to purchase yet. Oh, yes I am. Okay, let's purchase one. Platoon equipped, good. Second platoon. Good. Third platoon. Good, and we have a new message. Fourth platoon. Come on. Good. Let's check. The treaty is broken. You're warned. Any troop movement will result in red phase 1. Disarm all platoons now. Not going to. Alright. Atari ST. No. Homeworld. Go to the homeworld. Alright. We have chosen Battleship 1. So let's just transfer troops. What happened? Translated message. The Federal Alliance condemned your total disregard for war procedures. You are now on your own. Red phase 1 activated. Okay. Let's launch our battleship. Launch in orbit. Good. And go to the enemy base. 7 days. That's fine. That's fine. Incoming message. A warning, Commander. If any of your spacecraft enter my zone, they shall be destroyed. Don't worry about it. Alright. Yeah, let's look here. In 3 days. 2 days. 1 day. It has arrived above enemy starbase. Let's land. Good. And let's have a look at the battle. Actually, let's spy first. Yeah, 10,000 strength. We stand no chance of winning. So let's attack. Yeah, we're gonna increase aggression. 75%. What happens with increasing aggression is improves its battle efficiency, at least in terms of attacking, but decreases the defending it because they are less careful, let's say. So you have to balance it depending on your troops and the enemy troops and all that. You need to. I don't care right now because I stand no chance anyway. Just want to show you what happens. Okay. Almost over. And you can bring reinforcements. You don't need just one battleship here and 4 platoons. As you can see, there's plenty of room for platoons here. But you do need to remember to have enough fuel for your ships to launch again, so you can bring others. You can have only 3 of them on each planet. Yeah, unfortunately lost. Yeah. Of course, this was a very stupid play. I'm just showing you the basic of the game. Fantastic strategy game of the time and real time, which is quite surprising, considering how large the game can get with 32 planets and all the spaceships, platoons, all that in real time. Very impressive. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. One of my favorite strategy games of all time, in the top 20 probably. One thing I need to remember, if you click on disk here, you get to save or load the game. However, if you use an actual Atari ST game, disk computer, you need to format the disk into a very specific game file type. So always use a blank disk, not a game disk. And and always format it first so that you can save it, because it needs its own format. That's it. Bye.